How to make $200 in under 2 hours with notary work. Welcome to the channel. If you don't know, my name is Knowledge, seven-figure notary entrepreneur. I've made millions in my notary business, and now I'm just teaching the game back to other people that are interested in making money. So how do you make $200 in under 2 hours with notary work? I want to start off by saying this, right? Making $200 in under 2 hours with notary work is common. It's not like, whoa, you did this? But for people that are not in the notary business, people that are not like in the notary game, when they hear numbers like that, it's hard for you to believe, because most people out there, you're working $200 for the entire day, right? Usually you're used to making $200 after doing like a day's full of work. So let's just look at this on a calculator really quickly. What's $200 divided by 8? 200 divided by 8. Like $25 an hour. 200 divided by 8. Yeah, 25. Yeah, what's that? $25? $25 an hour. So when you hear that you can make it in under 2 hours, it's like, oh, that's crazy. But in reality, you can make it in under 1 hour. I'll put 2 hours there to be modest, and 202 hours sounds a lot better than 201 hour. But to be honest, you can make that $200 in under an hour. The question is, how do you make it, right? So it depends on the type of services that you're doing. It can be general notary work, right? So you have a whole bunch of different services out here, and I'm gonna kind of just put some pen to paper or Apple pen to screen to make it make sense, right? So you have G&W. G&W, when you hear that, is general notary work. So you have G&W, general notary work. You have your apostilles. Those are usually those international documents a lot of the times. You have your estate planning, which consists of multiple different documents. I'll just do that because it could be a multiple different documents. It's kind of like a package type of thing, right? Then you have your power of attorneys. Then you have your loan signings. Then you got your fingerprinting. And to be honest, all of these can pay over $200. The one that I will say is a little bit like, it can range is this, your general notary work. But as far as your apostilles, your estate planning, your power of attorney, your loan signing, and fingerprinting, all of those can make it under $200 an hour. So the question isn't really how. The how is just by choosing a profitable niche and doubling down on it. But to be more specific, what you really want to know, the question that you need to be asking is, what marketing tactics can I use in order to generate more clients within these higher niche brackets, right? You want to know how to market, how to get more clients. And this is what's most important. That's why I create the Notary Hybrid System, or NHS, right? The NHS breaks that down for you. And what that basically is a 3-tier system that teaches you how to go from zero, well, honestly, 3 to 8K plus a month in your notary business without having to rely on signing services. So many people say out there, hey, just sign up for a whole bunch of signing services and then just sit on your butt and wait for them to send you jobs. But when you do that, 2 problems happen, right? One, you're going to get paid less than you usually do, because of course the signing service does all the marketing. They do all they do all the pre-work, and you do the post-work, which is really notarizing. Honestly, they do the post-work too. All you're really doing is going to the location and notarizing. They have to do the marketing, the call-in, and then they follow up the clients. So to be honest, they kind of deserve making that money because they're the ones that are just giving it to you. So of course they're going to keep some, and then you're going to keep a smaller portion, right? But when you use the Notary Hybrid System, what it does is it teaches you how to fish rather than relying on other people to fish for you. So in layman's terms, when you understand the Notary Hybrid System, you're able to get jobs for yourself. You're able to market for yourself. You're able to get the type of clients that you want for yourself without having to wait around for signing services to send you business. And when you're doing that, you start to double down and pick the type of service that you want. So I will say, if you watch the other videos, it's going to explain what the Notary Hybrid System is, how to make money from it, this, that, and the third. And if you want more details, you can book a one-on-one call with me. I'll break down the Notary Hybrid System for you, see where you're at, and tell you where to begin. You can also jump into the free school community. It's called the Notary Knowledge Academy. And there, we're always on group calls, chopping it up, talking, sharing strategies, and growing. Shameless plug. But anyways, I will say, you need to pick one of these and start. I personally started off with general notary work because it was just ignorance. Honestly, it really was just ignorance. Because I was like, oh, okay. The more I was under the impression when I started that the more services that I can provide, the more clients I'll get. Therefore, the more money I'll make. But the problem with general notary work sometimes is that you'll have random jobs, right? You'll have jobs that aren't worth a full 200, like notarizing a school form, or you're just going to notarize a quick contract or a one pager. Those type of stuff aren't really worth well over $200. But when you start getting into the apostille, the estate planning, the power of attorneys, the loan signing, the fingerprinting, those services kind of deserve to get paid that much. So when you're starting off in the industry, I guess if you're desperate and want money fast, you could do the general notary work. But if you got a little bit of time, or if you just have a job that's like kicking you out some money and you can live off your job and you're not having to rely on the notary business working to eat, then I would start with any of those niches that I listed and start building from there. And what that looks like is picking, like, let's say apostille, for example. Once you choose which of these high paying or these higher ticket services you want to provide business for, you stick with that for at least 6 months to a year. And not just saying you're going to focus on apostille, making your website, and then just waiting for business to come to you. I mean 6 to 12 months of constantly learning about it, the apostilles, of constantly learning about the different types of problems that you run in, constantly trying to create a system, constantly trying to learn more ways to market for your apostille business or your estate planner or power of attorney or loan signing or fingerprinting. That's what I mean by those 6 months. So you need to be active within those 6 to 12 months. And like I said, for you to close a job that's $200 in under 2 hours is more than possible. You just need to understand how the notary game works. And just to give you a little tidbit, if you are new to the channel and you're not like familiar with how notaries make a lot of money, is we're charging for the travel fee also, because legally you can only charge a certain amount when it comes to doing your notarizations. It's like $5 to $20, $5 to $15, depending on the state that you're located in. But as far as you driving to the locations to complete those services, that is completely discretionary. Excuse me, guys. Long day. That part is up to you. And what's important to understand is the reason why I say making that $200 in under 2 hours is very doable is because after you stick with one of these services and you double down and you become really good at it, you start to realize it doesn't take a whole 2 hours to complete a notarization. It's usually about 30 minutes to an hour. You know, I've done something like 10 to 15 minutes, 30 minutes on average, because you want to talk with the customers, make sure they feel okay, things of that sort, check their IDs, things of that sort. But then an hour to be really, really safe. But 2 hours is like the absolute max that you're going to spend. I think the longest amount of time I ever spent on the job was for estate planning in Boca Raton, Florida, for a family that had pretty good money. And I was doing like a fat packet of notary work. I was completing that much. So I will say that it's more than possible. You just need to understand the notary business more and jump into it. The reason why the notary hybrid system is important now is because of the tactics that it includes. So you have the guerrilla marketing, you have your organic, and then you have your paid, the GOP. And each one of these tactics or services breaks down into different strategies, different ways, different methods, if you will, on how to close business, right? So I'll zoom into this so it's a little bigger. So one thing that I should let you know is when you're going into the notary business, you want to be as targeted as possible. So that means not picking like 4 of these to do at the same time. You want to pick one. So let's say you stick with apostille, right? You stick with apostille. After you stick with one of those services, now you're going to move over to the notary hybrid system and choose one of these tactics that you want to work with. You can do the G, you can do the O, you can do the P. Which one you choose is based off of your financial situation. So the G, guerrilla marketing, cheapest amount. Your organic, that's going to be a little bit more paid. It can also be free, so I'll even do like $1 to this. And then last but not least, you're going to have the paid ads, which is a lot more in money, but has the potential to bring you around an insane amount of income from it. So it's important to pick one of these when you're starting off until you've mastered it to the point where you can do it with your eyes closed. Or just until the point where you realize like, oh, okay, I can make $1,000 with this easily. So definitely start off there. That's how you do it. That's how you make that $200 an hour under an hour, and giving you more value. This is how you make it. These are the types of services that you need to do, and this is how to marketing tactics. It's teaching you more than you wanted. So just understand it's more than possible. Just dive deeper into the notary industry, get as many resources as you can, and then just double down from there. But anyways, guys, stay to the end of this video. You're going to see some more resources and tools that I'll give you at the very end of this. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Peace, love, and your boy Knowledge is out. If you found this helpful, make sure to join our free Notary Knowledge Academy. It's the #1 community for all notaries. And if you need one-on-one mentorship on how to grow your business from 3 to 8K plus in your notary business, all the links are down below. Go ahead and click that, and I'll see you guys on the inside.